Chapter 1, in Douluo, Owning Two Systems. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In a small, run-down house in Holy Soul Village, Chu Zhao lay on a rickety bed made of broken boards, staring up at the blue sky. She was beyond words, man, was she unlucky? Seriously, who could be this unlucky when they time-traveled? Not only did she end up an orphan, but a nameless orphan, not even 3 years old, with no memory of the original kid. And to top it off, she'd been dropped smack dab in the Douluo Continent from that show she used to watch, and it had been 3 freaking years. Where was her cheat code? Wasn't time travel supposed to come with a golden ticket? Little Chu, time to eat, a voice called from outside. An old man walked in, carrying a bowl of porridge. This was the village chief, old Jack, a really stand-up guy who took his responsibilities seriously. When Chu Zhao was 3, she'd been abandoned just outside Holy Soul Village. Old Jack had taken her in. Feeling sorry for the little kid, he'd looked out for her these past 3 years. "Thank you, Grandpa Jack," Chu Zhao said, taking the porridge. "Little Chu, you must be 6 now. The Spirit Awakening ceremony is coming up. I'll get you signed up. If you become a Soul Master, you'll have someone to depend on. Might even have a chance to find your folks." Old Jack went on, but it wasn't annoying. He was just looking out for her. "Okay, Grandpa Jack. Just give me the word, and I'll be there," Chu Zhao answered with a bright smile. She was a looker, no doubt about it. She was gonna be a real knockout when she grew up. If the timeline's right, I should be awakening my spirit with Tang San. That means I get to meet the legendary blind Douluo, Su Yuntao, right? Wonder what my spirit's gonna be. Fingers crossed for a good one, maybe with some decent soul power. But not too good, okay? I just wanna lay low and not get mixed up in any drama. Soon enough, it was awakening day, and old Jack called Chu Zhao's name last. Stepping outside, Chu Zhao spotted Tang San immediately. The kid just had that something about him, his whole vibe and his eyes didn't fit a 6-year-old, but nobody else seemed to notice. Maybe it was just her imagination. Sure enough, it was Su Yuntao handling the awakenings. He looked bummed, like he was phoning it in. He tested the kids one by one, and their spirits were either useless or had 0 soul power. Even when Tang San's blue silver grass spirit showed up, Su Yuntao was still underwhelmed, calling it a useless spirit. Talk about clueless. Calling the top-tier blue silver emperor a useless spirit. His disappointment was so extreme that even discovering Tang San had full soul power barely registered. Finally, it was Chu Zhao's turn. The last one. After the ritual, something familiar appeared in Chu Zhao's right hand, a sickle, like the ones from earlier, but this one was different. Chu Zhao's sickle had a black handle etched with strange red patterns. The blade was longer, thinner, and razor-sharp. It gave off a chilly vibe, but to Su Yuntao, it looked no different than the other farm tools. He said with a sigh, "Another sickle spirit. Barely counts as a weapon." Just as Su Yuntao was trashing Chu Zhao's spirit, a childish voice popped into her head, making her want to scream. "Barely counts as a weapon, my ass. Sickle spirit, my other ass. This is the sickle of the god of death. It's not some cheap knockoff. Can't recognize the real deal." "I second that. But hey, what can you expect from a blind Douluo?" Chu Zhao said this in her mind, not even realizing it at first, and then freaked out. "Wait, what did I just hear? Who's talking? Who else would it be but yours truly? The one, the only, Death God System." "Huh? I didn't say anything." Chu Zhao, Sigma, surprised face. Chu Zhao felt like she was losing it. Maybe living in this dump was finally getting to her. She was hearing voices. Judging by the looks on everyone else's faces, she was the only one hearing them. Was this a hallucination? Time to test your innate soul power. Su Yuntao said flatly. After this, he could finally clock out. As Chu Zhao placed her hand on the crystal ball, she felt something draining out of her. The crystal ball gave off a faint glow, and the voices chirped up again. Death God Cultivation System is activating. Farming and health system is activating. Chu Zhao was starting to get it. Her system was finally here, and it came in pairs, 2 systems. Could they be connected to her 2 spirits? In her clenched left hand, Chu Zhao felt something small and prickly. It was her other spirit, the one that didn't make an appearance earlier. Having read the Douluo Continent story, Chu Zhao quickly realized this might be her other spirit. She squeezed her fist shut. The crystal ball's light was weak, and Su Yuntao's voice was indifferent, but he still tried to be nice. Your innate soul power is only level 1. It's not much, but you can still train. If you work hard, you might become a great soul master like me. Level 1. The hell you say? I absorbed that. The 2 voices shouted at the same time. Luckily, they weren't too loud, or Chu Zhao would have gone bonkers. As long as I can train, that's good enough. Thanks, mister. Chu Zhao remembered to put on a pleasant face, even though all she wanted to do was ditch this place and find somewhere quiet to check out her other spirit and the 2 systems that just popped up. Outside the spirit hall, old Jack pounced on them. Master, tell me. Any chance any of our kids can be soul masters this year? Su Yuntao sighed. 2 of them, but it's a shame. One has full innate soul power but a useless spirit, and the other has a weapon spirit but only level 1 soul power. In Su Yuntao's opinion, neither kid would amount to much, given their limitations. Becoming great soul masters would be the best they could hope for. What? Old Jack looked crushed, but he kept asking questions. When he heard that the one with full soul power had blue-silver grass, he sighed. A useless spirit is still useless. Even if he becomes a soul master, he'll probably be a weak one. What a waste of full soul power. But the one with level 1 could try to work hard. Author's note ***, since some may not read this, I'll put it here. 1. No romance. The heroine just wants to complete tasks early on and get stronger later. 2. The heroine won't side with the protagonists, she'll form her own faction. 3. She's not a good person, repeat, not a good person. Think Black Lotus, pure egoist. 4. No unsolicited writing advice, no KY, being clueless or ruining the mood, and no personal attacks. 5. Due to plot changes, there will be character deviations and new/altered settings. Chapter 2, Cultivation of Death Gods and Farming for Health. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After Su Yuntao left, Tang San asked old Jack, Grandpa Jack, what's a spirit ring? How do I get one? But Chu Zhao, preoccupied, slipped away quietly. Back in his rundown little house, Chu Zhao tentatively called out in his mind. System. 2 voices responded at once, a male and a female, both realistic and youthful. Chu Zhao figured the male voice belonged to the Death God training system, and the female voice to the farming and health system. Drawing on his experience reading novels, Chu Zhao silently thought, bring up the Death God training system. Instantly, a translucent red panel appeared before him. His personal information took up a large section, with all his stats clearly displayed. Name, Chu Zhao, age, 6 years old, martial soul, death scythe, purple star, not awakened, soul power, level 21. Soul ring, none, soul skills, none, soul bone, none, special skills, traditional Chinese medicine mastery, on cooldown, death realm, not awakened. Wait, system, is everything okay? Why's my soul power at 21? Wasn't it just 1? Chu Zhao stared at the soul power stat, feeling uneasy. The system data is accurate. The system activated when the host was testing his innate soul power, and the system interfered with the soul power wave, so it was not properly tested. The Death God training system defended itself, though it also found it strange. It seemed the host shouldn't have absorbed that much. Logically, his innate soul power should have been 11, right? Feeling a bit guilty, the Death God training system quickly changed the subject. Host, please open your newbie gift pack and accept the newbie missions. A newbie gift pack, huh? Gotta open that. Chu Zhao focused his mind, found the newcomer gift pack, and clicked it. Fireworks erupted on the screen, followed by lines of text and a system announcement. Congratulations to the host for opening a 1,000-year soul ring. The Death Scythe can now be fully utilized. The soul ring has been automatically absorbed as the Death Scythe's first soul ring. Chu Zhao clicked back to his personal panel and saw that his spirit rings, spirit skills, and special skills had changed. Before he could fully process it, the system automatically initiated the novice mission. Novice mission, a qualified death god must possess formidable combat power. Within 1 month, defeat either a great soul master or a soul beast over 100 years old to prove your combat ability. Rewards for completing the mission. All spirit rings will have their age increased by 2,000 years, and 1 spirit bone. Penalty for failure. Electric shock for 3 minutes daily for 1 month. System, how do I awaken the Death Realm? Chu Zhao remembered from the novels that talent domains were incredibly powerful. The unawakened Death Realm intrigued him. The Death Realm will automatically awaken when the host's Death Scythe martial soul possesses its first 10,000-year spirit ring. Okay, got it. You can chill for now. After dismissing the Death God training system, Chu Zhao looked at his left hand. In his palm lay something resembling a date pit, but it was as white as jade and radiated a soft glow. It seemed unusual, but he couldn't discern its specific qualities. He repeated to himself, bring up the farming and health system. A familiar system page appeared, except this one was a vibrant green. The personal information layout was similar, except the martial soul had changed from Death Scythe to Seed of Life, and the domain had become the Life domain. What kind of martial soul is this Seed of Life? And why the quotation marks? The Seed of Life is the initial state of the martial soul. After the martial soul awakens a second time, it can evolve into the Seed of Chaos. Chu Zhao. So, the Grim Reaper's Scythe could awaken a second time too? It was already the Grim Reaper's Scythe. How much further could it evolve? Moreover, he seemed to have 3 martial souls. This golden finger felt like it was worth a fortune, and Chu Zhao felt a little panicked. Having experience with the Death God training system, Chu Zhao easily found the new player gift pack and opened it. Congratulations to the host for opening a 1,000-year soul ring. A volume of the Advanced Longevity Cultivation Technique. The 1,000-year soul ring has been automatically absorbed successfully. There are still some advantages to having 2 systems. At least I can get 2 copies of the good stuff. Jackpot. Novice task. The prerequisite for farming is land for planting. Within 1 month, purchase 10 acres of fertile land, sow seeds, and await the harvest. Rewards for completing the mission. All spirit rings will have their age increased by 2,000 years, and 1 spirit bone. Penalty for failure. Weakness debuff applied for 1 month. Chu Zhao felt like he'd spoken too soon. The rewards were great, but juggling 2 tasks at once would be exhausting. This month, he needed to buy 10 acres of fertile land and plant seeds, and also defeat a great soul master. Even with his soul power at level 21, he only had 1 soul ring, making him just a 1-ring soul master. Before Chu Zhao could continue lamenting, old Jack's voice called from outside. Xiao Chu. Good boy, why'd you come back alone? If I hadn't asked Xiao San, I wouldn't have known you were the second person in our village with soul power. This is great news. Chu Zhao realized he'd been so caught up in the system's sudden appearance that he'd forgotten to say goodbye to old Jack, which was rude. Sorry, Grandpa Jack. I was too excited to remember. Yeah, too excited. The golden fingers he'd been waiting 3 years for had suddenly appeared. Ha ha ha. Old Jack chuckled, genuinely happy for Chu Zhao. With a martial soul and soul power, you can go to the Soul Master Academy and train hard. Reach level 10, and you'll have the chance to become a noble soul master. Even though his innate soul power was low, old Jack still held high hopes for Chu Zhao. After all, many ordinary people had low innate soul power. Su Yuntao only had level 2, but he'd become a level 26 great soul master at a young age, right? Our village has 1 work-study spot every year at the Junior Soul Master Academy in Nuoding City. Xiao Chu, I'm giving you that spot. Study hard and become a soul master as soon as you can. Give it to me. What about Tang San? He has full innate soul power. Shouldn't it go to him? Chu Zhao hadn't expected to inadvertently steal Tang San's spot. Tang San seemed a bit petty, wouldn't he say to him later. You dared steal my opportunity. You're already dead to me. Chu Zhao felt a shiver. Douluo Continent was full of potential dangers. He needed to quickly learn how to use the Grim Reaper's scythe and master the longevity skill to protect himself. Xiao San is a good kid, but he can't go. His father is useless and won't even let him study at the Soul Master Academy. Chapter 3 Congratulations to the host for defeating the 10,000-year soul beast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Old Jack was fuming. He didn't curse out loud in front of Chu Zhao, but he was probably cursing Tang Hao up and down in his head. Tang San wants to go to Nodding City, and he should go. He wouldn't have been asking all those questions about spirit masters if he didn't. His dad can't just hold him back. Chu Zhao's opinion of Tang Hao sank even lower. Soul power aside, there was almost nothing remotely human about the guy, as a father, just bringing a kid into the world and then ditching him. Disgusting. Xiao Chu's right. I gotta figure out how to get Tang Hao to let Tang San go study. But don't give up your spot. I'll ask around the other villages, finding another slot shouldn't be too hard. Not every village can even measure spirit power. Old Jack said, rushing off again after giving Chu Zhao a few final words. Nodding Junior Soul Master Academy registration is in 3 months. I'll come get you then. 3 months was plenty of time for Chu Zhao to get things done. When she'd gone to the city to deliver herbs, she'd taken a quick look at a rough map. Walking west from Nodding City, you'd hit the Star Doe Forest before you knew it. A month was more than enough for a round trip, but the problem was her 2 missions. You couldn't just buy land near the Star Doe Forest. And besides, she didn't have the cash. She'd scraped together a measly 100 bronze soul coins over the past 3 years, living like a pauper. That was enough for maybe 1/10 of an acre. This is gonna be tough. Guess I better sharpen my skills first. Chu Zhao decided not to stress herself out. She immediately started digging into the complete guide to using the Grim Reaper's scythe. With her adult brain, she quickly saw the moves were crazy powerful, useful not just for scythes but any weapon, even using yourself as a weapon. The longevity exercise was a top-tier health technique. At the beginner level, it was just for healing yourself. Intermediate level, you could heal others. Advanced level, heal everything in the world. And the first step to mastering the longevity exercise was building inner strength, unlocking Qigong. Soaring over rooftops and walking on walls wouldn't just be a dream. She thought she'd be sharpening her skills, but Chu Zhao quickly realized there was no need. When she'd drawn these 2 things, she'd already mastered them, automatically maxed out without any practice. Wow, this system product is a total game changer. No reason not to head to the Star Doe Forest. Chu Zhao used the longevity exercise to travel all the way, and it only took him 1 day to reach his destination. Now all she needed was for the mission target, the 100-year soul beast, to show up. After chasing off a few 10-year-old wind baboons, Chu Zhao circled the outermost edge. She wasn't about to risk her life by going deeper. As Chu Zhao was searching, she heard footsteps in the distance. Instinctively, she wanted to hide, but the person had already spotted her. Who are you? How dare you come to the Star Doe Forest alone when you're so young? It was a girl's voice. Chu Zhao turned to see a little girl in a pink dress. She had pink eyes, long scorpion braids, and a pair of furry rabbit ears, making her look like a rabbit, a bit like Xiao Wu. Chu Zhao looked at himself, then at Xiao Wu, and immediately pretended not to understand. You're about the same age as me, and you can come here by yourself, so why can't I? Is it dangerous here? Of course you and I are different. How can you compare with me, Xiao Wu? I am. Xiao Wu almost blurted out that she was originally a 100,000-year-old soul beast, and this was her home, so of course she would be fine. Chu Zhao was obviously a human cub, so it was of course very dangerous here. But what? Chu Zhao asked, a bit of mischief in his voice. Nothing. Anyway, we're different. I'm safe here, but you're in danger. You should leave as soon as possible. Xiao Wu said hurriedly, trying to shoo Chu Zhao away. She didn't like humans, but Chu Zhao seemed so small and well-behaved, and she didn't want to see her get killed. I don't know how the original author set it up, but Xiao Wu is a 100,000-year-old soul beast, but her intelligence is almost the same as a child. Thought Chu Zhao, which makes Chu Zhao, a fake child, want to tease her. I don't believe you. How are you safe? You're just trying to trick me into leaving. You. Xiao Wu was so angry that her good intentions were misinterpreted, but she didn't know how to curse. Humph. You actually think so badly of Sister Xiao Wu. That's unforgivable. Xiao Wu had a temper, and she rushed Chu Zhao on the spot, wanting to teach him a lesson. After whipping her, she'd have more reason to convince her to leave this dangerous place. Even though Xiao Wu was only 6, she was strong, and her natural soft skills made it easy to restrain opponents, but Chu Zhao was no ordinary person. He was a 21st-century inheritor of traditional Chinese medicine and had a golden finger. As Xiao Wu got close, he quickly targeted her tendons in her arm, and while her body was paralyzed, he released the Death Scythe martial spirit and pressed it against Xiao Wu's throat. The Grim Reaper's scythe was razor-sharp and radiated death. If Chu Zhao's hand so much as twitched, the heroine Xiao Wu, the 100,000-year-old soul beast in human form, would die by her hand, but Chu Zhao couldn't bring himself to do it. After 21 years in the 21st century, receiving 20 years of education, even though Chu Zhao knew the person in front of him was a soul beast, he couldn't kill Xiao Wu, who looked like a kid. Besides, Xiao Wu hadn't done anything wrong, and even wanted her to leave out of concern for her safety, so, Chu Zhao struck fast and put it away just as quickly. But Xiao Wu still felt the threat of death. She stumbled backward, looking at the sickle in Chu Zhao's hand with fear and alarm. You won. No wonder you dared come into the Star Do Great Forest. What kind of martial spirit is that? It's terrifying. And what did you do to me? Why couldn't I move? Congratulations to the host for defeating the 100,000-year soul beast, the soft bone rabbit. The novice mission is complete, and the reward has been issued. Please check it carefully. Chu Zhao. No way. Did that even count? Hey, what's wrong? Xiao Wu took a couple of steps forward, looking at Chu Zhao with concern and curiosity. I'm fine. You asked about my martial spirit. It's just a common farm tool, a scythe. Just now, Chu Zhao was mid-sentence when he suddenly glanced sharply behind Xiao Wu. The next second, he threw the sickle with lightning speed. The sound of a close fight echoed behind Xiao Wu. She quickly dodged and turned to see Chu Zhao's sickle had intercepted a meteor hammer. The hammer had clearly been aimed at her. Ha 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 ha. 2 girls. I've struck gold. Time to feast. A creepy, genderless voice accompanied by a disturbing laugh rang out. Chapter 4, Soul Skill 1, Undead Scythe Shadow Kill. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You crusty old creep. You think you can just eat me? You'll break your teeth. Xiao Wu hadn't even gotten a good look at the guy before she was already mouthing off because of his taunt. When I finally saw him, I almost lost my lunch. Dude was seriously ugly. His face was all twisted up, covered in these thick black lines, and he was surrounded by this gross black fog. Super creepy. Xiao Wu even faked throwing up. Chu Zhao took one look at the newcomer and figured he had to be some kind of evil soul master. Rude little brat. The evil soul master sneered at Xiao Wu. She didn't seem fazed, which only seemed to piss him off even more. Turns out, I love eating rude little brats. Just one of you, and I'll level up from 39 to 40. So exciting. Chu Zhao, yep, definitely an evil soul master. Who else levels up by snacking on kids? You're just a soul master. What's with the attitude? Someone like you. Sis, Xiao Wu used to. Xiao Wu was about to really lay into him, but Chu Zhao clapped a hand over her mouth, cutting her off mid-sentence. Big sis, you can't even beat me. You think you can take him? Stop fronting. He's a level 39 soul master. Chu Zhao internally facepalmed. She was so done, Xiao Wu seemed to have forgotten she wasn't a 100,000-year soul beast anymore. She might have the shell, but inside, she was just a little kid, like 6 years old. She probably didn't even have a soul ring. Where did she get the confidence to be so cocky? The guy was a soul master, and an evil one at that. If it weren't for this stupid mission, Chu Zhao would have ditched Xiao Wu and run for the hills. Speaking of which, Chu Zhao's mission had just arrived. The second the evil soul master showed up, the Death God Development System chimed in. Temporary mission. Take out the trash. Eliminate the evil soul master before you, so the dead can rest, and the living can thrive. Mission reward, a 3,000-year spirit ring, and a doubling of the age of existing spirit bones. Mission failure penalty, none. No penalty for failure? Still, the reward was tempting. Chu Zhao decided to give it a shot. Come on. After Chu Zhao's reminder, Xiao Wu seemed to finally realize she was in human form now, just a weak kid. She glanced at the evil soul master, who clearly thought they were toys, grabbed Chu Zhao's hand, and bolted deeper into the Star Do Great Forest. Who's the cat and who's the mouse? The jury's still out. Ha! You think you can run? That the evil soul master cackled and took off after them. He was a soul master, he was way faster than Xiao Wu. He caught up pretty quick and jumped in front of them, blocking their path. Running? Where do you think you're going? Seriously. He stops you and still has to be a jerk about it. You asked for it. Chu Zhao and Xiao Wu said it at the same time, both reacting without thinking. Chu Zhao clutched her Grim Reaper's scythe. She could feel something shift in Xiao Wu's aura. Not thinking twice, she shoved Xiao Wu away and yelled. Just go. You're slowing me down. I'd have been gone already without you. Get out of here. What's gotten into you? Xiao Wu looked hurt and confused. Seeing that, Chu Zhao knew she had to commit. She struggled to parry the meteor hammer's attack with her death scythe. Even the evil soul master seemed to catch on. He stopped playing with his food and started swinging for the kill. Xiao Wu, though, didn't get it. She just stood there, forcing Chu Zhao to play her hand. Get out of here. Split up. It's our only chance. You understand. Mostly lies, but Chu Zhao really wanted Xiao Wu gone. She was just dead weight. Luckily, Xiao Wu got the message. She didn't argue or try to stick around. Instead, she stuck her tongue out at the evil soul master. Naya, you can't catch me, you old fossil. You're so bad at this. Then she ran off. Chu Zhao just stared. She was speechless. Xiao Wu deliberately cursed to draw aggro. Not exactly the best move, but Chu Zhao wasn't planning on running anyway, so she'd let this evil dude chase Xiao Wu. And just like that, all the evil soul master's anger at Xiao Wu got transferred to Chu Zhao. The evil soul master had been thinking about dropping Chu Zhao to chase after Xiao Wu. It wasn't just that Xiao Wu was rude. The rabbit ears on her head meant she was obviously a beast spirit, which meant she'd be a tasty snack, but then this little kid, barely up to his knees, stopped him, and he was intrigued. Well, the little brat's got some guts, trying to stop me. You have no idea. When Chu Zhao stopped the guy, she didn't use her first soul skill. She just relied on the Reaper's scythe and a tiny bit of her own soul power. By now, Xiao Wu was long gone. Chu Zhao finally felt safe enough to use her first soul skill. When the purple, 1,000-year soul ring appeared under Chu Zhao's feet, the evil soul master was so shocked he couldn't even form a complete sentence. How is that possible? You can't have 1,000-year soul ring? Chu Zhao didn't look older than 6, tops. He'd barely have awakened his martial soul. Even if he had full innate soul power, his first soul ring should be yellow at best. Beats me, old man. Go ask someone else. Chu Zhao smiled sweetly and, without hesitation, activated her first soul skill while the evil soul master was still reeling. Undead Scythe Shadow Kill. The Grim Reaper's scythe slashed forward. Acting on instinct, the evil soul master jumped back, barely dodging the attack. He was also winding up for a killing blow, wanting to end this fight before it got any weirder. But then, he suddenly felt a dull pain in his chest and a chill on his neck. He looked down in shock and reached for his neck. Blood was gushing out near his heart and his hands were covered in blood, sliced by deep wounds. How? That the evil soul master's eyes went wide, filled with disbelief. He couldn't believe he was being killed by a little kid. You'll find out soon enough. Death will explain it. With that, Chu Zhao stabbed the evil soul master a few more times until he was definitely dead. She finally breathed a sigh of relief when the system announced the mission was complete. The evil soul master died because he underestimated Chu Zhao. Did he really think a 1000-year soul skill was just some basic attack? When Chu Zhao used her first soul skill, 2 scythe shadows appeared before the tip of her blade. They moved so fast they'd already sliced him before he even retreated, but the pain took a second to catch up. Chapter 5. You have new gold soul coins in your account. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chu Zhao was broke, and the system's rewards didn't involve cash. So, after confirming the evil soul master was dead, she thought about what she could do to make some money, become a corpse-touching expert. Hope this guy was carrying some serious dough. Turns out, the evil soul master had a storage soul guide on him. It wasn't big, but besides a small box of soul coins, it was stuffed with the skulls of infants and toddlers. Chu Zhao was horrified. Freak. After cursing the dead guy, Chu Zhao easily dug a deep hole with her Grim Reaper's scythe, dumped all the skulls from the storage soul guide inside, and buried them. She spared the evil soul master from being chopped to bits out of the kindness of her heart. She just left him as a snack for the soul beasts in the Star Do Great Forest. After a short rest to regain her strength, Chu Zhao quickly left the Star Do Great Forest with her loot, remembering she still had a mission to complete. No sooner had Chu Zhao left than Xiao Wu showed up hauling some massive creature, only to find the evil soul master's corpse, and no sign of Chu Zhao. They quickly moved on, searching elsewhere, but as soon as Xiao Wu left, another group in uniform showed up. They were clearly after the evil soul master, and stopped dead in their tracks. Someone offed him already, but didn't even bother to take his head for the bounty. Looks like whoever took him out wasn't from our spirit hall. Doesn't matter who did it, good riddance. Free money for us. This guy's head is worth 2,000 gold soul coins. Oblivious to the 2,000 gold soul coins she'd missed out on, Chu Zhao was thrilled with her haul of less than 100 gold soul coins, and was already thinking about how to spend it. She needed to complete the farming and health-preserving systems tasks, but couldn't buy land near Holy Soul Village without raising suspicion about where she got the money. But it couldn't be too far either, so Chu Zhao chose a spot near Nodding City, not far from her starting point. Holy Soul Village. Nodding City was located in Fasno province. Agriculture wasn't very developed in the region, with lots of wasteland, perfect for Chu Zhao's farming and health system tasks. Chu Zhao used her ill-gotten gains to buy 10 acres of relatively desolate land. After randomly scattering some wheat seeds, she heard the system notification. The mission was complete. The moment the rewards were distributed, another task popped up. Daily tasks. Inspect the wheat fields daily. Water, fertilize, treat pests, and harvest at the right time. Little surprises await. So Chu Zhao, who was about to head back to Holy Soul Village, stopped and checked on her wheat field. Daily patrol mission complete. Reward, 10 gold soul coins. A piggy bank has been unlocked to store soul coins. Could it be that this system knows what I'm thinking? I say I'm broke, and bam, here's this mission. Looking at the 10 golden soul coins she pulled from the system's piggy bank, Chu Zhao felt like she'd hit the jackpot. 10 gold soul coins a day, 300 a month, 3,650 a year, no more money problems. Let's try watering them, too. Chu Zhao bought some watering tools and started watering her wheat fields. Watering task in progress. Reward, 1 silver soul coin, +1, +1. The watering reward was only silver soul coins, but it added up. After watering 10 acres, Chu Zhao had 1,000 silver soul coins, worth 10 gold coins. Watering was a bit of a pain, and you couldn't do it every day. Wait, do plants in Douluo Continent sprout this fast? I just planted them, watered them, and they've already sprouted. Actually, Chu Zhao wasn't planning on taking this task too seriously, because she didn't know anything about farming, when to plant what, when to water, or fertilize. But it seemed she had a green thumb after all. One day, Chu Zhao was collecting herbs in the mountains. As usual, when she ran into Tang San, who was heading down. They'd bumped into each other before, but this time was different. Tang San called out to her. "Thank you, Chu Zhao." "Me?" Chu Zhao looked confused, pointing at herself, wondering why Tang San was suddenly thanking her. "Thank you for what you said to the village chief. I really want to study at Notting College." Tang San didn't say anything else, just smiled at Chu Zhao. "I need to wake up my dad for dinner. See ya." Chu Zhao watched Tang San disappear down the path and shook her head. Even though Tang San said he'd listen to Tang Hao and stay away from Notting College, anyone who knew the story knew Tang San wasn't the type to settle for mediocrity. Otherwise, he wouldn't have secretly learned the inner sect skills as an outer sect disciple in the Tang sect of Bashu in his past life. Besides, now that Tang San had awakened his martial spirit, the ambition in his eyes was plain as day. She didn't want to be the one standing in his way, since he hadn't done anything to her. After that conversation with Tang San, Chu Zhao and Tang San ran into each other more often. A few days later, Tang San found Chu Zhao carrying a basket of herbs. "Chu Zhao, I need a favor. Lay it on me." Chu Zhao wasn't agreeing to anything yet. She wasn't stupid. "I want you to take me to Notting City. I want to sell these herbs, but I don't want something for nothing. I'll give you 30% of the profits." Tang San, with the soul of an adult, understood how things worked and was willing to compromise. "Forget about the profit. That basket of herbs is worth about 20 bronze soul coins. You probably need the money, so you should keep it." Traditional Chinese medicine was underdeveloped in Douluo Continent, and common herbs were scarce. The cultural gap was real. Anyway, in a place like Notting City, the only herbs you could find were common ones, dried and sold as herbal tea, so the price wasn't high. Otherwise, Chu Zhao wouldn't have been so short on cash before. After bringing Tang San to Notting City, Chu Zhao knew exactly where to go, the herb shop. Her estimate was spot on. Tang San's basket of herbs sold for 21 bronze soul coins. It wasn't much, but Tang San was happy and counted out 6 bronze soul coins for Chu Zhao. "Nah, just keep it and buy something. Remember the way, so you can come back next time." "No," we agreed. Chu Zhao refused to take it, but Tang San insisted. In the end, Chu Zhao took the money. After splitting the money, Tang San looked up at the sky. "I remember the way back. I won't bother you any longer. Let's split up here. The exchange rate between gold, silver, and bronze here is 1 to 100, I think the original book had this ratio, but when I checked again, it was 110. But 110 is completely unreasonable and ridiculous. If the original ratio is 110, a part-time student can earn 10 bronze soul coins for cleaning in the afternoon, and 100 bronze soul coins for 10 days, which is 1 gold soul coin. Then why do they need the subsidy from the spirit hall? Oh, and a blacksmith can earn 1 silver soul coin a month, so a part-time student cleaning in the afternoon is equivalent to a blacksmith working for a month. Just go to Notting College to clean. It's much easier. Although 1 to 100 is not entirely reasonable, it is easy to remember and better than 1 to 10, so after consideration, the ratio is set at 1 to 100. Chapter 6: Getting Rich by Farming. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It wasn't that Tang San was using Chu Zhao and tossing her aside, he'd just noticed she'd arrived in Notting City around the same time as he, suggesting she was there for more than just selling medicine. Since they didn't know each other, sticking together would be weird. Besides, going their separate ways seemed to be what Chu Zhao wanted. She still had chores to do. As soon as they split up, Chu Zhao headed straight to check on her wheat fields. Tang San didn't return to the village right away. Instead, he wandered around Nodding City, taking in the sights of Nodding College, the Spirit Hall, and the blacksmith shop from a distance. Passing a wine shop, he remembered his father's fondness for alcohol and spent his few copper soul coins on a small jug, then headed back to the village. Tang San expected to see some sign of happiness or relief on Tang Hao's face, but his father remained as numb as ever, barely even glancing at him as he took the wine. Undeterred, Tang San excitedly recounted his first trip into town. I went to Nodding City today and earned some bronze soul coins. I saw Nodding College and the Nodding City Martial Soul Branch Hall, and... His voice caught as he noticed the terrifying look in Tang Hao's eyes. It was the first time he'd seen his father look at him like that, as if he were an enemy. Dad, did I say something wrong? Tang San asked, his voice dropping. He had no idea what he'd done to upset Tang Hao again. He hoped his father could explain his reaction, but Tang Hao just threw the bottle aside and stormed into the house without a word. Still, Tang San was perceptive enough to realize something. He didn't press the issue, but piecing it together with Tang Hao's past behavior, he soon understood what had triggered his father's outburst. Martial Soul Hall. Tang San muttered to himself. He wanted to know what had happened in the past, and why the Spirit Hall sent Tang Hao into such a tailspin. His curiosity about the world around him was growing. Meanwhile, Chu Zhao was staring at her 10 acres of ripe wheat, deep in thought. I've never seen wheat ready to harvest in just 7 days. Even with no farming experience, she knew it was impossible, but after time travel and a system, common sense was out the window. A scythe and seeds. I think I stumbled into a farming sim. This is perfect. Chu Zhao sighed and began harvesting the wheat with her Grim Reaper's scythe. With each swing, a large swath of wheat disappeared, and a series of notifications from the farming and health system popped into Chu Zhao's mind. Granary open. Congratulations. Harvested 10 caddies of yuan wheat. Reward, plus 100 gold soul coins. Congratulations. Harvested 10 caddies of yuan wheat. Reward, plus 100 gold soul coins. The notifications kept coming, quickly filling Chu Zhao's virtual piggy bank. Her gold soul coins reached 6 figures. She was suddenly rich. But Chu Zhao was more interested in the yuan wheat. She thought she'd planted ordinary wheat. She opened the system panel, found the granary, and opened it. The only occupied grid was labeled yuan wheat, with a weight exceeding 10,000 kilograms. Clicking on it revealed the explanation she was looking for. Yuan wheat contains traces of the world's vitality. Highly nutritious and delicious, creates a strong feeling of fullness, can aid in spiritual practice, and prolonged consumption can strengthen the body, extend life, and cleanse meridians. Note, yuan wheat can be used as seeds for replanting. High yield and delicious taste, but the yield will decrease with each subsequent planting. This yuan wheat's that effective? Or is this just a bunch of baloney? Chu Zhao barely finished her thought when the farming and health system chimed in again. Host, do not underestimate this system. Products from this system are top tier. System, how'd my regular wheat seeds turn into yuan wheat? This is the blessing of the seed of life. Plants cultivated, tended, and harvested personally by the host will contain the world's vitality. The more attention given, the more vitality is contained, and the greater the effect. As the host is a novice, a farming manual has been issued. Please review it. After the system finished, Chu Zhao felt something extra in her mind. The farming manual. After reading it, Chu Zhao's first thought was that she'd hit the jackpot. I can actually hire people to farm for me. They can water, fertilize, inspect, harvest, and I get paid for it. This is too good to be true. Why didn't I know about this earlier? Even with the high cost of hiring labor, it's a sure win. Chu Zhao rubbed her hands together, excited. Labor was pretty cheap in this world. A blacksmith's monthly wage was just 1 silver soul coin, and farmers earned even less. If a farmer took care of 10 acres of land, she could rake in several hundred gold soul coins a month. It was pure profit. She'd be rich from farming in no time. Without hesitation, she bought land and hired workers. Gold soul coins practically waved at her. Since neither system had issued new tasks, Chu Zhao focused on farming and practicing. Time flew by. In the blink of an eye, 3 months had passed. Chu Zhao wasn't keen on attending Notting College, but the quick-witted old Jack had already secured her a spot and happily showered her with gifts. Turning him down would be a slap in the face. He was the first person to show her kindness since she'd arrived in this world. So, with some reluctance, she agreed. Then the Death God Development System threw another curveball. Ordinary task, education should start early. A good learning environment can help you grow. Enroll in a college to experience the learning atmosphere. Reward, soul power increased by 1 level. Seriously? The system's tasks updated in real time, as if it was just making stuff up. Now Chu Zhao had no reason to refuse. She wasn't about to turn down free soul power. Xiao Chu, Xiao San, you're both from Holy Soul Village. Look out for each other at the academy, okay? Old Jack instructed Chu Zhao and Tang San. Okay. Chu Zhao smiled sweetly, responding casually. Tang San was much more serious, nodding. I'll take good care of Chu Zhao, Grandpa Jack. Don't worry. Good kids, both of you. Old Jack smiled, pleased. The old man and the 2 kids headed towards Nodding City. Tang San peppered old Jack with questions. Even when the questions were beyond him, old Jack tried to answer as best he could, never losing patience. That was just the old man's simple kindness. At the gates of Nodding College, they ran into the same situation as in the story, and the legendary master Yu Xiaojiang stepped in to resolve the dispute. Chu Zhao, a sucker for good looks, was completely let down when she saw Yu Xiaojiang. Chapter 7. It's great that I want to drop out of school on the first day of enrollment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I figured a dude who could charm Stone Cold Stunner BB Dong and gorgeous Lu Erlong had to be at least decent looking, but wow, was I wrong? Chu Zhao was the first to admit she was shallow, all about appearances, so, seeing how plain, even kinda ugly, Yu Xiaojiang was, she seriously questioned the taste of those 2 beauties, while Chu Zhao was busy shaking her head and sighing. Yu Xiaojiang had already sweet-talked Tang San with his fancy theories, and boom, master-disciple thing was official. Chu Zhao, just chilling on the sidelines, didn't think she'd get pulled into the drama. You're Chu Zhao, and your spirit is a farm tool sickle. That Yu Xiaojiang just blurting that out caught Chu Zhao off guard. She blurted out, before even thinking. Yep. That's odd. It's practically unheard of for a common farm tool spirit to have any soul power. Here it comes, Yu Xiaojiang and his theories are kicking in. The farm tool spirit is the most common, like half the folks around here have one. Because there are so many, I've only randomly checked about 1,000 with the sickle spirit. And get this, only one of them had soul power, and it was barely a sliver. So, your spirit's gotta be more than just a farm tool sickle. It's gotta be something with a higher quality. Even if a lot of Yu Xiaojiang's theories are BS, he's still way better than your average spirit master. I mean, the certificate from Su Yuntao, who's also a spirit master, straight up said Chu Zhao's spirit was a farm tool sickle, but Yu Xiaojiang could tell from Chu Zhao's starting soul power that his spirit had to be a cut above the rest. Similar, sure, but way stronger. Not by much. Level 1 and level 0.5 soul power. That's both dirt low. Guess I just got lucky. Chu Zhao crossed his arms, hunched over, looking all bummed out. There's still a difference. The higher your starting soul power, the faster you level up. Level 1 innate soul power levels up twice as fast as level 0.5. Don't be down on yourself. Work hard, put in the time, and you'll get there. Thought it was kinda weird to see Yu Xiaojiang actually trying to cheer someone up, but only Yu Xiaojiang knew he was looking at a reflection of himself. Back then, he was stuck with half a level, watching all his buddies zoom past him, feeling like total garbage. Chu Zhao, with his level 1, was probably feeling just like he did when he was next to Tang San. Chu Zhao, the teacher's right. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You'll nail it. Tang San jumped in to back up Yu Xiaojiang and comfort Chu Zhao. All the while, Chu Zhao's just thinking how annoying Yu Xiaojiang's lectures were. What a heartless kid. Yeah, thanks. I'll give it my best shot. Yeah, my best shot at running you over in the process. After Yu Xiaojiang took them to sign up, Chu Zhao's simple task got marked as done, and his soul power jumped from level 23 to level 24. Then, when he heard that he and Tang San were stuck in dorm 7, Chu Zhao had to ask. Excuse me, but if academy students gotta live in dorms, are they all co-ed? That he was really not into the idea of rooming with others. The answer, of course, was not what Chu Zhao wanted to hear. Dorms are mandatory. Everyone lives together. The other 6 grades have a dorm each. But you work-study students. You're all in dorm 7, come on, you're just kids, 6 to 12, it's no biggie living together. The director doing registration chirped back. Chu Zhao just gave a fake smile and shut his mouth, speechless. 12-year-old girls are hitting puberty, right? And boys and girls, no relation, all living together. Really? Chu Zhao couldn't wrap his head around it. Awesome. Drop out on day 1, anyone? With a plastered-on grin, he trailed Tang San to the door of dorm 7, already hearing the racket inside. At least the dorm was huge, like 3,200 square feet, room for 50 beds. Chu Zhao scanned the place and snagged a bed facing the door with some open space around it. He could shove the bed around, slap up some wooden dividers, and make a little private room, just as Chu Zhao was calculating wood paneling. The Death Cultivation System butted in. Temporary mission, host should be a top dog. Knock Tang San off his throne and snag the boss title in dorm 7, reward. 1 get-out-of-jail-free card for failing a mission. First time Chu Zhao had seen that kind of reward, and he immediately locked eyes with Tang San. What's up? Tang San, feeling Chu Zhao's stare, started feeling a little nervous. Let's throw down. I'm coming for that boss spot in dorm 7. Nah, no way, if you want it, it's yours, man. Tang San didn't want the boss gig in the first place, so he straight up declined. Hey, boss, who's the chick? She your. Wang Sheng, who just had a sparring match with Tang San, finally noticed Chu Zhao hanging around, giving off a weird vibe. The way he talked, the way he looked, it was all kinds of wrong. Don't be stupid, we're just from the same village. Tang San, who had the soul of an adult, could hear the hidden meaning. He cut off the conversation right away. Oh. With that, Chu Zhao released his martial soul, the sickle sliced through the air toward an empty bed. A freezing blast went out, and with one crisp sound, the dorm, which had been loud, suddenly got quiet. A lot of people who'd been close to Chu Zhao jumped back, trying to put some distance between them. Everyone except Tang San stared at the empty bed with the perfectly severed corner, silent. What would have happened if that thing had been aimed at them? Their scrawny bodies weren't as tough as that bed. So, how about that fair fight? Chu Zhao put away his soul weapon and grinned at Tang San. Yeah, okay. Tang San wanted to back out again and just hand over the leader title, but he changed his mind and agreed to Chu Zhao's request. Chu Zhao might be young, but he definitely has an ego. What mattered was beating him fair and square, not some fake act of giving up. And after seeing Chu Zhao in action, Tang San kinda wanted to see what else he could do. Chapter 8, Double your efforts and roll them to death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Grim Reaper's scythe was crazy sharp and overflowing with death energy. Anyone who touched it would be toast. So, Chu Zhao decided to ditch her martial spirit and just rely on her fighting skills against Tang San. Chu Zhao wasn't as experienced as Tang San, but she had a secret weapon. The complete guide to the Grim Reaper's scythe that she got as a newbie was super detailed. After studying it, Chu Zhao's hand-to-hand combat was on point, plus she knew her pressure points. Tang San was quickly pinned. As she wrapped her hand around Tang San's neck, Chu Zhao got this sudden urge to just snap it. She immediately pulled back. I'm beat. You're the dorm boss now. Tang San was floored that he'd lost to Chu Zhao. He wasn't just some regular 6-year-old, he had all the memories from his past life, 29 years' worth, and he'd been training like crazy in this one. He'd always figured no kid his age could even touch him. Anyone else got a problem with that? Chu Zhao scanned the rest of the room, but nobody dared make eye contact. They were all shaking their heads. Nope, you're the boss. Yeah, you're the boss. Hail to the boss. Just then, Xiao Wu showed up in the doorway, and a familiar voice chirped, "Is this dorm 7? Xiao Wu, rocking a pink dress and long braids, took a curious look around. She spotted Chu Zhao right away, and her bright eyes lit up. "It's you. You're here. So glad to see you again." Xiao Wu bounced toward Chu Zhao, grinning like crazy. "I forgot to ask your name last time." "I'm Xiao Wu, it means, little dance." "I'm Chu Zhao." Chu means, clear, and Zhao means, bright like the sun and moon. Asterisk might as well introduce myself asterisk, she thought. You'll find out sooner or later anyway. Hey, boss, she's a girl too. You should go give her the business. Wang Sheng, the guy who challenged Tang San earlier, was trying to stir things up, pushing Chu Zhao to fight Xiao Wu. What's going on? Why are you looking at me? Xiao Wu looked so innocent and clueless, it was hard to believe she was really a 100,000-year-old soul beast. There's this thing in Dorm 7 where new students have to show off their martial spirit to prove their worth. I'm supposedly the strongest right now, so they want me to fight you. Chu Zhao explained, then looked at Xiao Wu. What do you say? I guess. I already lost to you once. I'll just fight the second strongest person. Xiao Wu tilted her head, looking cute as a button. Everyone's eyes zeroed in on Tang San, and Wang Sheng, Mr. Excitement, even shoved Tang San forward. He's the second strongest in the dorm. Tang San, go show her what's up. Let her know we're not messing around. That with everyone cheering him on, Tang San and Xiao Wu got ready to rumble. Even though Xiao Wu was a girl, most of the guys were betting on Tang San, since he'd already proven himself, but in the end, Xiao Wu won. Tang San, who'd lived 2 lives, wasn't exactly a pushover, but he lost because he underestimated his opponent and held back on a girl. From today on, I'm number 2 around here. Everyone who's weaker than me has to call me little dance sister. After beating Tang San, Xiao Wu was riding high, but she was cute enough to get away with it. After a while, everyone was chatting, and Wang Xing finally worked up the nerve to ask Chu Zhao. Boss, what was that move you did earlier? Was that a spirit skill? Your spirit never touched the bed, so how did you slice off a corner like that? And it was so clean. Yeah, I wanna know too. Tang San was all ears as well. He'd been dying to ask, but he was too shy. It's not a spirit skill. It's just messing around with my martial spirit. Chu Zhao didn't want to get into it. She couldn't exactly say it was internal force, so she just played dumb. I was just messing around, and it worked pretty well. The boss is the real deal. Amazing. Wang Sheng went into full-on suck-up mode, but he was laying it on too thick. Oh, boss, Tang San and Xiao Wu both have maxed out soul power, right? You're so strong, you must too, right? Nah, my innate spirit power isn't as high as Tang San's. Chu Zhao smiled, playing the underdog card. Gotta keep up appearances. Oh. Really? Well, it's still gotta be higher than mine. Boss, you. Wang Xing kept digging, but Tang San cut him off. I'm starving after that walk. Where's the cafeteria? Let's go grab some food. Perfect timing, we haven't eaten yet either. I'll take you there. Wang Xing was easily distracted, puffing out his chest. You guys go ahead. I'm not hungry. I'm gonna run out and get some stuff first. Chu Zhao skipped dinner. When everyone else went to eat, she slipped out of the school to buy stuff like bedding, wooden boards, and whatever else she needed to make the dorm her own. She sectioned off a 10-square-meter area as her own little room, complete with a bolt and lock. Once that was done, Chu Zhao started practicing. No slacking for her, just because she had strong spirit power didn't mean she could slack off. On the contrary, she had to work even harder. Talent was great, but without hard work, it was worthless. Practicing with the scythe at Notting College was out of the question, so she doubled down on her meditation. When the others got back from dinner, they saw the tiny room that had popped up out of nowhere, with a sign on the door. Practicing. Do not disturb. Seeing how strong Chu Zhao was, and how hard she trained, the other students started hitting the books too. Tang San wanted to practice too, but Xiao Wu, who didn't feel like training at all, dragged him outside to hang out. Tang San, I heard you and Chu Zhao are from the same place. Xiao Wu had been wanting to ask Chu Zhao all these questions, but she hadn't gotten a word in. Chu Zhao was training, so she asked Tang San instead. Yeah, we're both from Holy Spirit Village. Where are you from, Xiao Wu? Tang San was just being friendly, but he totally hit a nerve. Where was Xiao Wu from? The nearby villages. Xiao Wu blurted out quickly, but she seemed a little uncomfortable, and immediately changed the subject. Chapter 9-7 I will protect you, understand? You are listening at novelfull.audio. I remember Chu Zhao's spirit is a sickle. Do you know what her innate spirit power level is? Her big, slightly pink eyes locked on you, making it tough to refuse her, but Tang San just shook his head. I don't know. If Chu Zhao had full innate spirit power like him, Tang San might tell Xiao Wu, but this was Chu Zhao's private business. That's her personal information, and I can't just blurt it out. Xiao Wu seemed a little put out by Tang San's refusal. She thought for a moment, then grinned, deciding to tease him. Tang San, why are you so scared of her? Oh, right, your spirit is blue-silver grass, and hers is a sickle, which can cut grass. She's stronger than you. Ha! How do you even know Chu Zhao's spirit is a sickle? Have you two met? When? Tang San immediately seized on that. Xiao Wu only showed up after Chu Zhao used her spirit, so there's no way she could have known. The only thing that comes to mind is, Xiao Wu seemed excited to see Chu Zhao and even responded to it. Of course, we've met before, near. She nearly said the Star Do Great Forest but stopped herself. Near Notting City. Phew, that was close, Xiao Wu thought. If I'd said Star Do Great Forest, how would I explain 2 6-year-olds being in a place like that? Thank goodness, she had quick wits, she could lie without even blinking. Tang San suspected Xiao Wu wasn't telling the truth, but he wasn't one to pry. He also wasn't in a position to, so he let it slide. Morning. Chu Zhao ran into Tang San, who was just returning from his purple demon pupil practice outside. They exchanged greetings, but as they were about to pass like always, Tang San stopped Chu Zhao. Chu Zhao, my teacher's taking me to find my first spirit ring later, so I might be gone for a while. Could you cover my work-study job? When I get back, I'll do all your chores for the rest of the semester, and you can keep the wages. Tang San's tone was polite as he looked at Chu Zhao, so, the plot is at this point, Chu Zhao thought. Tang San was polite, so she wasn't going to be a jerk. She agreed immediately. No problem. Good luck getting your spirit ring, and come back safe. Thanks, Chu Zhao. Tang San thanked her and went back to pack. Chu Zhao headed out of the school gates, using Qingdong to zip straight to her farmland, the cornerstone of her wealth. Chu Zhao now owned 110 acres of land. She only managed the first 10 herself, with hired help managing the other 100 for a fee. The soul coin reports were overwhelming, so Chu Zhao just ignored them. After she finished working her 10 acres, Chu Zhao used Qingdong to rush back. 3 months of using Qingdong had greatly improved her proficiency and speed, but when she got back to the dorm, the door was wide open, and it was chaotic inside. I won't let you mess with Xiao Wu's nap. I'll knock your teeth down your throat, I swear. Xiao Wu's voice cut through the din. There were a few strangers in dorm 7. Xiao Wu had one of them pinned and was pummeling him, while the others were wrestling with Wang Sheng and his crew. Knock, knock, knock. What's going on here? Chu Zhao rapped on the door frame. A couple of the guys from dorm 7 who weren't in the fight looked up, saw Chu Zhao, and their eyes lit up. The boss is back. You're in trouble now. That got everyone's attention, and they all looked toward the door. Some of them sneered when they saw Chu Zhao, who was young, thin, and looked even weaker than Xiao Wu. This little girl's your boss. You work-study students are really scraping the bottom of the barrel. This is hilarious. I bet she couldn't even take one punch from me, she'd just start crying. Seriously, you're calling her your boss? You might as well be our boss's dog. Chu Zhao responded to the trash talk by striding forward, grabbing them by the scruff of their necks, and tossing them out the door one by one, so they wouldn't dirty her place. It only took a few seconds to chuck all 5 out the door, and most people were too stunned to react. When they finally came to their senses, they were shocked at her speed and strength. Even after throwing 5 guys, Chu Zhao looked as calm as ever, her face not even flushed. She even smiled sweetly and said, "Now, can someone tell me what's going on? Who let you into our dorm?" Boss, they're from dorm 6 next door, and they're always bullying us. Wang Sheng was quick to rat them out, pulling up his shirt to show off his skinny chest covered in old and new wounds. It was a terrible sight. They bully us work-study students all the time. Everyone's got scars all over. Chu Zhao glanced at the scars and quickly looked away. She took off the soapberry bracelet on her wrist, and the soapberries shot from her fingertips, hitting the pressure points on their bodies at high speed. Now, all 5 of them are paralyzed. You've got 5 minutes to get revenge and settle the score. The graduation ceremony was in about 10 minutes, and they had to be at the playground early, so she only gave them 5 minutes. She wasn't about to preach about turning the other cheek. She believed in an eye for an eye, blood for blood. If you get bullied, you fight back. With Chu Zhao backing them, Wang Sheng and his guys rushed forward, punching and kicking the 5 guys, leaving them with bloody noses and bruised faces. Even as they were getting beat down, the 5 guys managed to yell, "We're Boss Zhao's men. How dare you hit us?" Hiss. Ugh, Boss Zhao will never let you get away with this. You're dead. Just let us go. Ouch, that hurts. Be gentle. After 5 minutes of beating, Wang Sheng and his guys stopped before the teacher showed up. Chu Zhao released the pressure points on their bodies and said in a sweet child's voice, "This is just the beginning. The fun's just getting started. I'm the boss of Dorm 7. You got that? I'm the boss of Dorm 7, got it?" Chapter 10 Human Potential is Unlimited. You are listening at novelfull.audio. So, this Boss Zhao you're talking about? If he's got a problem, tell him to come see me. But if you guys ever bully anyone from my dorm again, or waltz in here whenever you feel like it, it'll be more than just a black eye. I'm heading to the opening ceremony. The opening ceremony was a total drag. Chu Zhao listened to the dean drone on while mentally running through her training. Nodding City was a one-horse town, and the dean was just a soul master, big fish in a small pond, I guess. He was the only soul master in the whole place, and most people in this little burg were stuck at the great soul master level. After the mind-numbing ceremony, Chu Zhao was heading back to her dorm to practice when someone stopped her. "What's up?" She glanced around and saw a bunch of kids who looked barely 10. A few had bruised faces and noses that looked familiar. Chu Zhao did a quick head count. "Boss, that's Boss Zhao's crew. The kid in front is Boss Zhao himself. He's always picking on us work-study students." Wang Sheng and the others hurried up from behind, pointing everyone out to Chu Zhao. There was a nervous edge to his voice, the kind of fear you get from being pushed around too long. "You the new head honcho of Dorm 7? The work-study kid who just signed up yesterday? I hear you're just a 0 with level 1 soul power, but somehow you're running things now." Boss Zhao sized up Chu Zhao with a sneer, making sure to drop the info about her soul power. He'd obviously done his homework. "Wait, level 1 soul power?" Wang Sheng looked at Chu Zhao, shocked. He couldn't believe that Chu Zhao, who'd walked all over Tang San, was just a level 1. How could that be? "Oh, you didn't know? No wonder you followed this loser." Boss Zhao threw back his head and laughed. "You work-study students are really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Well, listen up. His words turned into a yelp of pain. Boss Zhao clutched his gut, hopping up and down in agony. You keep calling me trash. It's getting old. Chu Zhao rubbed her knuckles, her voice still soft. If I'm trash, what does that make you, getting taken down by garbage? How dare you hit me? You're gonna pay for that. Boss Zhao had been humiliated by a little girl like Chu Zhao in front of everyone. He was fired up. At that moment, he lost it and didn't care about anything else. He activated his martial spirit, his beast claws lunging at Chu Zhao, ready to teach her a lesson. Chu Zhao also activated her martial spirit, but took it easy on him, using the dull side of the sickle. Claw met sickle, but Chu Zhao held back, making it mostly a strength contest. The Changxing Gong had tuned Chu Zhao's body to peak performance. Naturally, her strength was off the charts compared to Boss Zhao, and she easily knocked him on his butt. He hit the ground hard, kicking up dust, but Boss Zhao was tough, like a cockroach. He scrambled to his feet and charged Chu Zhao again. This time he used his soul skill, but his first soul ring was just a 10-year ring, and his soul power was only level 11. The soul skill wasn't all that, and Chu Zhao blew him away again. This time, he stayed down for a while. Still wanna go? Or should I give you a minute? Chu Zhao looked down at Boss Zhao on the ground and asked sweetly. No, no need. He mumbled those words, too humiliated to even look up. He was the son of the Lord of Nodding City, a combat soul master with 1 ring, and he'd lost to a little girl with level 1 soul power. He was completely mortified. What about you guys? You all want to jump in? Chu Zhao held her sharp sickle and looked at Boss Zhao's crew. They looked like they'd seen a monster. They shook their heads so hard they risked whiplash, unable to form a coherent sentence. No, no need. None of them could beat Boss Zhao, much less Chu Zhao. Oh, no fight then. Chu Zhao sounded disappointed. You still want to make me look bad? You still want to bully the work-study students in my dorm? No. They all shook their heads like crazy. One yes man jumped in immediately. From now on, you're the boss of the whole school. That's not necessary. The head of the academy is the dean. I'm just a regular student, and I want to be left alone. Got it. We won't bother you. Strength talks, that's for sure. After Chu Zhao beat Boss Zhao, who everyone said was the toughest, she took his place in the pecking order, but just as Chu Zhao was about to go back to her dorm, Boss Zhao stopped her again. Wait. This better be good. Chu Zhao was losing precious training time. I'm just curious. You're a level 1 soul master with no soul rings. Your soul power is only level 1. So how did you beat me so bad? Because soul rings aren't everything. You can do anything if you just tap into your talents. As long as you're willing to work hard, you can do it too. After that, Chu Zhao finally went back to her dorm, and no one stopped her this time, but her words stuck with everyone, and some people started to see things differently. Among them were Boss Zhao, Xiao Qinyu, and Wang Sheng. Over the next few days, Chu Zhao noticed that Wang Sheng was training harder than before. His efforts started to rub off on the others. Even Xiao Wu was infected and became less lazy. When Tang San came back, he saw everyone meditating and training. He felt like he was missing out. Tang San, you're back. Xiao Wu was the first to spot Tang San and ran over to him, excited. Her voice woke up the others, and they crowded around him. Tang San, you're finally back. How did getting your first spirit ring go? Any problems? They were all curious about Tang San's progress. He was the first person in their dorm to get a spirit ring. There were only a few students in the entire Nodding College with spirit rings. Tang San glanced at the Do Not Disturb sign on the wooden door before answering his roommates.